Okay, cool.
What's your name?
Mackenzie. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So we're going to ask you a series of questions that have to do with relationships.
Okay.
On a scale
Talk
of 1 to
louder.
10, 1 being they don't matter, 10 being that they do matter, where do you think like being in a relationship falls in that on that scale?
Like a 2 or 3.
Just
Well, I mean, like at this point in our lives, like a 2 or 3.
Why is that?
Because like we have so much stuff to do that's like better than that. Like we have to figure out like who we are and like kind of work on like ourselves before we can be in a relationship with somebody else and like give that commitment.
Okay. So with that in mind then, do you think it would be beneficial to have someone kind of hold your hand throughout the way? As in like be there for you when you're down, emotional support.
Yeah, but I think we put too much importance on like a relationship between like a boy and a girl and like more like intimate like that instead of like why can't it be just as important if I had like that relationship with one of my friends, like have them leading me through the way, or like my parents of like them leading me through the way. Like I can have other people loving me, that doesn't have to be like a boy, you know? And then like having that commitment with somebody like is just like a lot to ask for unless they're like super understanding about you being busy all the time. Like so.
Do you think like freedom has a lot to do with it too? Like you're not being tied down like that?
Yeah, but like it's not really, I mean, I guess just like the freedom to be who you are without having to care about another person just yet.
So should people be more focused on self-love instead of loving someone else?
Yeah.
You think that'll bring you happiness in life?
Yeah,
More
if you know
self-love?
who you are and like you love yourself before you rely your happiness on somebody else.
So you think happiness relies on loving yourself more than if you were to put your love in someone else?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Do you think it's possible to
Love both?
basically find yourself through someone else too though?
Then you're relying on them too much. Like there's some people that have like been with people for so long, like they've been together since like sophomore year of high school and they get married or something, and then like what happens when they aren't in your life anymore? Like do you know who you are without them?
Okay.
That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point.
But perhaps that relationship helps shape who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, all relationships kind of do that.
Okay. I think we got what you mean.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was so great meeting you.
Is it okay if we film you?
Yeah, it's okay. All right, I'm good.
Okay, so we have your permission to film. Okay. So we're gonna ask you some questions on wellness and how relationships might tie into that. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being that relationships have nothing to do with wellness, and 10 being relationships have everything to do with wellness, what would you rate being in a relationship?
I know that as an individual, having like being able to support your own wellness is important, but when you're in a relationship, it can really help to contribute that. So I would say like an 8.
So you feel like it's pretty important that we're in a relationship for your overall well-being?
Well, I mean, like if you're already in a relationship, then it can be really helpful. But if you're not, then you can figure it out, I guess. So, okay, yeah, I'd stick with an 8.
Okay. Why is that? Just to kind of emphasize on your main point, why it just helps you feel better, like
Yeah.
emotional support.
Yeah, like emotional support with like your goals and like if you're going through a tough time. And I feel like with being in a relationship, I feel like we're social people, like humans are social, so it really helps to be in a relationship to like have emotional support and keep.
So do you not think that you can do that independently?
No, I do. I definitely do. But like with like my personal experience, sometimes like there's been like hard times that like I've gone through, where I know that it would have taken me like a lot longer to recover from like an emotional damage than if I were not in a relationship, it would have taken me a lot longer. Only because having input from like someone who you trust with like your emotions and your feelings can really help you.
So because of personal experience, you feel like being in a relationship helped you get through the hard times and be able to overcome things that happen to you in life. Okay.
What about free time? Do you feel like being in a relationship might constrain you from individuality in the sense of if your free time, understanding who you really are, and you're not constrained to doing your significant other's activities?
I think it depends on when you're deciding to be in a more serious relationship because like when you're younger, like high school, you're like really developing as far as like emotionally and just like you're really trying to figure out what's going on. But I think later, once you find someone who really understands what's going on with like your work schedule and with like other friends and stuff like that, I don't think that they like if they understand what you're going through, they won't feel like they need to be with you constantly, so they'll let you have your own free time. So I think, along with that, having your own free time is also like learning what you will and will not tolerate in a relationship. And if you find yourself in a really controlling and possessive relationship, then that would have a negative impact on like your well-being and stuff like that.
So would it being first loving yourself be more impactful? So if you don't get the chances of being in those bad relationships, you would just love yourself first and all that. So how do you feel about first loving yourself before you love someone else?
I think you need time to figure out yourself, definitely. It's not something that like comes like all at once, like you can't just like say you'll dedicate time to like just doing things by yourself and then like have loving and then having like loving yourself come along with that. So I'll grab it in a second. But I think that, being on your own as an individual really helps with learning more about loving yourself than being in a relationship.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
What was your name again?
Macklin?
Of course. And we're going to ask you a few questions. And the first question is, so with relationships and personal happiness, how much do you think a relationship with a significant other is important to your own personal happiness? On a scale from like 1 through 10, 1 saying that you don't care, 10 saying it's really important.
I'd give it like a 6.
6, and why is that?
A little more than over half. Because relations towards what? Just
Personal happiness, like your
okay.
own personal
Oh, no, just kidding. I'll give it a 9.
A 9.
So if you find that it's important
to be happy
in a relationship in order to have a good like overall well-being,
Yeah.
you think they help?
Yes and no. I would say it honestly depends on who you are. I don't need to be in a relationship to be happy. That's for sure. I don't need to be in a relationship. They probably do help certain people. It's just me as myself.
Why do you say it does not help you? As you say for
Because
other people.
I just feel like I'm too busy and like I just have so much stuff I need to focus on before I try to commit to
So
something like
you're
that.
more focused on yourself. I
Yeah,
work on my
I mean,
own, my own
it's kind of the
lane.
age where I kind of want to be selfish.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But isn't it for like cool happiness, like for comfort, for
Yeah, it
knowing
is
that like
comfortable.
someone's there for you, someone's there to love you, and then isn't that important to being happy, knowing that people are there because we are social animals at the end of the day.
That's true.
So-
I mean, honestly, probably not the best person to ask, but honestly, I'd probably say, me personally, I don't feel like I need someone else to make me feel like amazing. I feel like I'm confident, or not even confident, I just feel like I can make myself feel great about myself, just as to who I am and where I'm.
Are you saying you find companionship through different routes rather than just a relationship?
Yeah, for sure. That's for sure.
Okay.
That's for sure.
I see. Okay.
Any other questions?
So if you're technically against relationships personally, then don't you feel that you're kind of missing out on,
No, because I've already been in a relationship, but then again, when I was like 17, so I think it's the same much. Maybe I need to try it again. But
Okay.
I just don't think it's time for me.
So
do you think you were happier when you were in a relationship rather than when you're like right now?
Honestly, I would probably say the same, just because we'd have arguments sometimes, so it was like, you know what I mean?
So your pros and cons
Yeah,
are
honestly,
literally
they're
right in the
They're
middle.
like, God, like, it's like literally 50-50, honestly, like.
Okay.
But towards me, I point more towards not being in a relationship, like, kind of like just
Is
your
it
free time and stuff.
are the
Exactly.
cons coming from your own personal experience? Is it coming from trust issues? Is it argument, or is it just too much time stressing?
I would
for
probably
you?
say time and
Stressing.
probably not really trust issues. I'd probably just say like stupid little things like we argue about. You know what I mean?
So would you say
unnecessary stress.
right now in your life you feel like you don't need a relationship, or overall in life?
Oh no! Oh, right now. Oh, I need a. Yeah.
Okay, so you're still open to the idea of a
for sure.
relationship
That's
later
for
on
sure.
in life. It's just right now in your life at this age and time, you feel like it's not important to have something like that in your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. I'd give it 4 years, and I think I'm ready.
So-
3 years to be in an
okay.
actual committed. and,
What
like,
do you think would make you able to become in a committed relationship?
Once I feel like I'm not
Like,
stable,
why do you give
but,
it 4 years? What's in like?
Just
4
because I feel like I'm
years?
gonna be where I want to be in 4 years.
Okay.
I'm
Like
gonna be
school-wise,
stable. Yeah,
or
I'm gonna be good with school. I feel like I'm gonna have a good amount of money saved up. I work at two jobs. Like it's not. I work at Masters and Nobu.
oh wow, that's
So
really, that's
it's not
nice.
an easy place. Nobu itself would take 51 hours away from me every week. It's
Wow.
great money. I was talking to him about it, but it's like I can't be doing that for too long. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I gotta stick to school and like just push forward.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I think
Cool.
we got what we need.
Cool.
Thank you.
That's all you right?
Let me know when you're filming.
I'm good.
So Donna, it's okay if we videotape you?
Yeah.
At the same time. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So we're gonna ask you some questions that relate to well-being and relationships. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being that relationships don't lead to well-being, and 10 being relationships do lead to overall well-being, where would you place that?
Like friendship relationships or like
Like
Romantic.
romantic.
oh like probably like six maybe. I mean you need to like figure out yourself before you like get in a relationship.
Get yourself situated first before you can love someone else. But how do you? But what about? What if you're kind of down and you like your family doesn't understand, your friends understand you, but your lover does? Do you think that's really important to bring you up in more like emotional support for having a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
So why do you give it the number 6?
Because I think you need like I said before, like you need to like figure out yourself before you can be in a relationship.
Do you feel like you're at that point in your life that you figured out yourself?
Still like figuring out myself. But like yeah, I'm almost at that point.
Okay, so what do you think goes into, because we've actually gotten that quite some times today, that you need to figure out yourself before you get in a romantic relationship. So what do you think goes into figuring out yourself? What do you think goes into that?
Exploring your interests, like trying new things, you know. Just like that stuff.
Okay, so that being said, right now, at this time in your life, do you think having a relationship would be a positive thing for you or a negative thing?
Positive.
Do you think it'd be positive? Why?
Because additional like emotional support and that like is like really amazing.
Okay, so you feel like you've kind of found out yourself,
Yeah.
you know, about yourself, you know who you are, and this and that.
Yeah, like I know what I want to do, so like it's just
So you think it's more school-wise that you need to figure out yourself? Like what you want to do in life?
yeah.
Okay. So you think putting school first, then a relationship.
Yeah.
So you don't think you could do both, or figure out who you are in a relationship? You don't think that's possible?
I feel like you can do both.
Okay.
You can put school first and then your relationship second. And then yeah, it's gonna come a time when you have to like put school first.
Okay.
What other pros would there be for you to be in a relationship right now?
Friendship,
Friendship? Anything else?
camaraderie.
Okay.
That's about it.
What do you think would be the bad things that right now if you were to get in a relationship?
I get like stressed during my situations. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Is it too time consuming too as well? You think for your future?
No, I think you can like balance it out.
You balance it.
Yeah. Like with my schedule, like being like a Christian major, it's like kind of busy.
Right. But so people in our age group, do you think that they should be in relationships or should they not? Because we're all in school right now. So you think everyone that's in school shouldn't be in relationships?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
Like if you can't like afford to be in one, then you shouldn't be in one. But if you can, then you should.
Okay. And do you feel like going back to like you need to find yourself, do you think that you can find yourself in a relationship, or do you have to do that alone and then go into a
I
relationship?
feel like someone can help you find yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like it is your overall well-being?
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
How long have you been?
3 years and 3 months.
Wow.
Congratulations. But,
So you found yourself, you're
Yeah.
you're situated.
Yeah. I'm
Is-
like,
She's there for you.
yeah. Yeah.
all right,
And
cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so out of the 4 people, we did 2 girls, 2 guys. I personally feel like the first 2 girls were probably the best ones because they were more straightforward.
Right.
They were on. They were kind of more on one side or the other. I feel like with the guys, they were kind of like, yeah, 6, maybe, whatever.
Maybe.
I guess both have pros and cons.
Right. I agree. I feel like the first girl, actually, Mackenzie, Mackenzie, she had her mind set before even the conversation. She was dead on. Relationships do not bring, like, really, you need to find yourself. I don't think relationships are important right now, whatever. And we've gotten actually that response multiple times today, which is pretty interesting. How, like, out of everyone that we talked to, they all kind of said, in a way or another, you have to find yourself before you can be in a relationship, which I find really interesting that everyone says that. But then again, while some people were saying that, they were in a relationship. Like the last guy, Daniel said he has to you can find yourself, you have to whatever, and then he said he was in a relationship for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I thought he said he didn't find himself yet, so I was like confused.
Exactly. I was a little confused on that,
I see that.
They say one thing, but they do the other.
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
It's mind-boggling, but yeah, definitely the first girl. She was probably the most passionate too,
Right.
as well, and she picked the side of what she did, and she got in depth in each answer. So, and I think she was pretty honest, 100%.
Yeah.
The last 2 other guys, like, I caught him in twice, like, kind of contradicting themselves.
Right.
Where they're saying like, yeah, I don't care about relationships, but then it's like, I like women, type, you know, like.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like overall, everybody kind of had the same answer.
I agree. I
Whether
agree.
it was good or bad.
Self-love over.
You know, everyone said you need to find yourself. Everyone said, well, it depends on who you're with. Everyone said school's important. You know, regardless if they're for or against relationships.
Right.
At some point, most people said those.
I agree. And I mean, that could come into play that we are like on a campus, which like, I mean, everyone is kind of, and like school just kind of started in a way, so everyone kind of is focusing on school. So like, I feel like maybe if we were to like ask the same people in like, at the end of the year or at a different setting or something, we might have gotten different answers. But I feel like in the study that we did right now, everyone's kind of on the same page one way or another, and everyone kind of all agreed that yourself comes first before a relationship, which I think is interesting. That's a good point. Is there any like points?
Well, we have to
So on a
talk about
scale
the
of 1 to
rates, like,
10,
actual rates.
Scale
what do
1
we
to 10.
think Mackenzie was as a critical thinker?
As a critical thinker?
Yeah.
She definitely was. I think a 10. Honestly.
I think an 8.
I think
She
a
was-
10 as well.
I think it's
She was honest with
Yeah, she's-
herself.
yeah.
honest. She got in
She
depth
knew what
every
she-
time.
yeah.
I would give her a 10 too, sure. Yeah. Okay.
She backed up, like, she went against the, like, she even listened. Well, no, she didn't. Actually, I'll bring it down to a 9. She actually didn't.
Yeah, she's more like an 8.
More like, no
Yeah.
relationship.
She had like her mind set
Yeah, she
before
wasn't
the
listening to the
conversation.
other side. She
Yeah.
would listen, but then she was like, no. That's
No.
not
Yeah,
Yep.
that's not what it is.
But,
So,
but she backed it up. So
Yeah.
I guess it
yeah. Next we had, I don't know.
What was her name?
Oh, Macri,
Macri?
the blonde girl.
Okay.
She was.
I thought
She said
she
both a
presented
little
some pretty
nervous.
strong points.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a little
But-
shy. Her hands were in front of her, and she was, a little bit too shy to do gestures. So I think
Yeah.
that kind of tied in with her response.
Right, and I feel like she was a little sugarcoating her answers more than Mackenzie
Right.
was. She was a little bit more, but is it? She was trying to be respectful, I think.
Right,
Yeah.
right, okay.
But she did
But-
have good insight, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So her, I would give her like a
I give her like a 7.
7.
Seven.
Okay.
For Matt?
That dude, like, he tried to get in depth in what is, and like in the sides that he tried to pick on, but he didn't even. He just played defense and just teeter-tot the whole time.
Right.
So,
It's like he didn't want to hurt anybody's
yeah,
feelings.
I feel like.
Even though the whole point of this is to argue back.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
you know,
He
you
was
make an
open-minded,
argument.
that's-
He was
That's
too
what-
open-minded.
yeah.
I think. But
He didn't have a
But he did usually always go back to the side of like you don't need relationships from his own personal experience. That's what he said. So rating line, gotta give him a 5, solid 5.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I agree. Yeah.
right in the middle, just like how he's speaking right now.
Right. And last Daniel.
Daniel,
I think. Yeah. Go ahead.
he's good.
It's alright. He was kind of
He kind of contradicts himself.
Again, it kind of seemed like someone who didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right.
It's like this is an argument project.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to argue with someone who's like, yeah, you know?
Right.
No.
You're like, wait, what?
Every time he would say something, I contradicted. He'd be like,
Right.
oh, you know, that too.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
kinda hard to
I feel
argue
like
with
he was
someone.
kind of more of like a 4-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like he was trying to make us happy with his answers when like that wasn't. But like I understand that, you know, like he probably like was just trying to like he was trying to do the correct answers when in reality there's no correct answer. It's just kind of whatever you feel.
Right.
So I feel like he was more of like a 4 because he was really like wishy-washy, like.
And especially him after he said I was gonna wish for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that one.
And that he hasn't found.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So 4.
4.
4. Cool.
All right. It's a wrap.
That's a wrap, team.
It's over with. It's done,
Should we do one
Professor.
last?
It's over.
We should do one salt and pepper.
Alright.
Alright.
Bring it in. 1,
1, 2, 3. Salt and pepper.